Hello everyone and welcome back from Pokemon Crystal, Part 3, where we finally move along other than just 2 towns.
But first, we must go shopping and waste more time.
Yes, because I'm one of those guys who will buy potions to heal on the road rather than backtrack to the Pokemon Center. It's just faster that way. And since Chaos took all 5 of my Pokeballs to catch, I need to buy some more. Because I'm not saying I will or will not, but I've never liked going to wild encounters without some Pokeballs on hand. Because what if I ran into a shiny? What am I going to catch it with? At this point, I also look at Chaos and realized, okay,
He's level 2.
He's level 2. Not going to do much with him for a while. Phanpy, though, is a ground type. He's also got really high attack power and really good defense. His speed's not bad, but it's certainly not that great. But there is one thing he does get when he's fully evolved, and he is one of the very few Pokemon in this game that naturally learns Earthquake.
Oh boy.
Earthquake is God in Gen 2. You do not laugh at Earthquake.
You don't laugh at Earthquake in any game.
Because of that, and the fact that this Gen 1 and Gen 2, the move pools are really limited. Even like some of the best Pokemon in this game don't learn anything really useful. So any Pokemon that can learn a really good move is all the better. Especially since TMs are a little hard to come by. There's only a few of them that are really easy to get, and to be honest, out of all the Pokemon I get in my team, none of them can take advantage of, like, say, the Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, or Fire Punch.
So no fighting types?
No. Well, that's not true. I do get a fighting type, but it's not a fighting type that can learn the elemental punches.
Yeah, let's be honest. This is before the special physical split occurred, so it's not very good.
Yeah, it's the main reason why you don't see it on many Pokemon in this gen. But if you're using a Totodile, I highly recommend getting Ice Punch, just because Totodile's so freaking strong, and if it's got a decent special stat, it can still take advantage of Ice Punch. And it's good coverage. But I more or less wanted Phanpy to get Earthquake, have that high attack power, and to have kind of like a nice early physical tank. Especially considering mettking is without a doubt the physically defense equivalent of paper tissue. You're 4 levels higher than a Rattata, and you're still getting your ass kicked. Come on.
Like I said, defense is for the weak. Who needs defense when you can crush everybody before they can move?
There's only one downside with Chaos, though, as a Phanpy. Phanpy has a very slow growth rate. It takes a lot of XP for it to level up early on. And it really doesn't get much better. But wow, when you see that thing's stats go up, it goes up really well. Especially when it evolves at level 25.
Well, until then, we've got a Phanpy that's basically the equivalent of wet tissue paper.
Pretty much. But, it'll get better. It also doesn't learn a lot of really good moves early on, too. So, as soon as I get a couple of TMs, like, say, Headbutt and Mud Slap, then he becomes a little bit more versatile.
Until then, he is useless.
Pretty much. And the only reason why I'm suffering this early on with mettking a Cyndaquil is, again, you don't learn a fire attack for a few levels. And even then, you're stuck with Ember for like a really long time.
But then Fire Wheel comes up.
Yeah, Fire Wheel's like level 27 as a Quilava. I can't recall exactly. Yeah, once I get that taking advantage of the stab bonus with high special attack, that's when mettking really becomes stand out. But if you've realized this already, I wouldn't be surprised. You'll notice a very big flaw with my 2 Pokemon right now. And you know what that is?
What? One's strong as wet tissue paper to attacks, and one's basically a level 2.
Not exactly.
They're both weak to water.
Yes. Guess what? And guess what my rival is using?
That's Totodile.
Yep. I might be experiencing some trouble later.
Yeah, rival battles will be really nice for you.
I do get another Pokemon eventually, but for the most part, I'm not going to train anything that I don't want to use. So I'm going with Mettking and Chaos for at least a couple parts. I also said to myself, hey, I should trade up Chaos a little bit. And I know for a fact this guy is easy. Unfortunately, level 2 is level 2, so... But it did get him up to level 4. Now, I probably have said now quite a lot, now that I think about it. I did it again. I should stop talking for a while. Lighteagle, take over. Tag you in.
Rick starts talking about anything happening on screen.
I really never played the crystal version of this. I owned the silver version.
Well, they're essentially the same game. There's only a couple real different things about it.
The only difference is that you've got one event change, and that's just Suicune, and we'll just tell you what that comes up with.
Yeah.
And you can get some Pokemon from crystal that is only like found in gold or silver.
Yeah.
I think that Funby was one of us in silver, and Teddy Ursa was
Yeah.
Teddy Ursa was in gold one, and I really liked Teddy Ursa more than Funby.
Phanpy's a real popular choice, and honestly, I've used that Pokemon tons of time when playing through this game, so I just kind of said, no thanks.
Something outside my comfort zone.
I wanted to use something I've never really used, but at the same time, something like I'm not going to use something really terrible. Part of me thought about using a Hoppip because it is a Pokemon I've never used, but then I look at Hoppip in this game, I look at its move pool and say, wow, it just never gets any good. No, nobody in the right mind would use Hoppip. If you use a Hoppip in Gen 2, please let me know in the chat, because I want to see proof.
I think you mean comments.
Actually, I was going to just say you want to ridicule him.
I don't want ridicule, I'll just say, what did you do with it? I can't think of anything that you could do with a Hoppip.
I was thinking just, why would you think that was a good idea? Even when I was... When did this game come out? 96? 97?
Try 2000?
Okay, I was 10 then. I better know that I could tell that Hoppip was not good since then. Yeah, I'm probably thinking like Gen 1's release dates.
Gen 1 I think came out in like 1998. And that's in Americas. I think it came out sooner in Japan, because there was like a huge gap between when Gen 1 came to America and when it was initially released in Japan.
Gen 1 was 96 in Japan and 98 in North America.
Yeah, I guess their original thought was that they thought Pokemon over here would do jack. It was just too different, too weird.
Again, Square Enix decided to release Final Fantasy Mystic Quest because they thought we were completely stupid.
Very true. And here...
Instead of releasing 5.
Hey, there is reason why Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is called Final Fantasy USA.
I wish they didn't call it that, because that almost seems like an insult.
It wasn't an insult. Like I said, it was because us stupid Americans didn't know what the hell we were doing with JRPGs. That was their whole thought process behind it.
I played a real JRPG on the Super Nintendo, and that was Lufia and the Fortress of Doom. Now that is an old school JRPG that'll leave you confused.
They were talking more about the fact that Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 4/2 didn't sell so well over here.
Yeah.
That was kind of the reasoning behind making Mystic Quest for us, stupid Americans.
Right.
They packaged the strategy guide in every copy.
Oh. Also, I forgot to mention this. I will cut out any trainer battles that doesn't show off anything new as well. And I will show trainer battles that you are absolutely mandatory you have to fight. I also decided that nobody wants to see me going in and out of a Pokemon Center just to heal, so I edit that as well.
But, we have to see that line of dialogue every single time you go to a Pokemon Center to get healed.
Nurse Joy, do you enjoy my Pokemon getting hurt just so you could see me again?
She isn't going to say this, I guess. I mean, why else would you say that and work in a hospital? I think you'd rather say, I hope I never see you again.
I believe there's certain doctors out there that have to, handle certain their mentality in a certain way in order to deal with the stress of working in a hospital. They're either super sarcastic, or they're just so kind of really hard-boiled, but they're soft on the inside.
Or they're Dr. House that are just so doped up on every pain pill you can imagine.
Right. And yes, all these trainers had the same idea. Hey, you know what? I heard bellsprout's amazing.
Well, there's a power dedicated to it, so yeah.
I know, but maybe one of them could have, caught something different. Like somebody got the idea that, hey, it's a really good companion to a bellsprout.
Weeping Bell?
No, silly. Somebody here uses hoots.
Well, someone's the wise one.
Maybe he was thinking that it was just bellsprout.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for this part, guys. See you next one.